Hello, YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture. It's not cute not knowing. Let's get the hug in. I got to thank you guys. I thank you because I ask and you respond. I said, help me with some of these questions that I have. And I had a lot of questions. And I thank you because I do go through the comments. Boy, oh boy, did you have something to say about this whole Jonathan Major career crisis chaos? What is next for him? A lot of people just displayed shock, disappointment. You know, how do you feel if it's true? Is he being railroaded? Interesting developments today. He's been real quiet, and he's going to continue to be quiet. Today, he was arraigned on several assault charges, including harassment, the violence of hitting someone in the face, the strangulation charges. Now, his lawyers are like, she recanted her story. We're going to prove that he's innocent. He doesn't go back in the court until May 8th. So what's going to happen until then? Because they're the only ones, the lawyers are the only ones talking about she recanted her story. Are they going to show up in court on May 8th and say, oh, this is nothing. She recanted her stories. Well, why she make it in the first place? And is Jonathan going to make some serious changes in his life? Because he's going to have to. Because you can't be around people like this. Or find yourself in situations like this. I'm going to tell you about an incident because everyone's like, what's Marvel going to do? What's Disney going to do? The actor Josh Brolin plays Thanos. Back in 2004, he had an incident with his then wife, actress Diane Lane. She recanted her story too back then, and he went on to Marvel fame with the Avengers as the ultimate villain, Thanos. Jonathan Majors is up, Kang the Conqueror. And they're already casting for this movie. And I guess they're going to have to play the waiting game because what will they do? They will probably keep him quiet. And on May 8th, they'll all probably come to court and say, she recanted her stories and the charges will be dropped. But this is my big question. It's already out there. You already got these two directors talking bad about him. One called him a sociopath. Is the damage done? Because, yeah, you can go on, charges drop. But I think people are going to look at him with side eye. You know that side eye people give you? Some people will never trust it. Some people may support him even more. But is the damage done to his reputation? For some, they may have thought his star is rising too fast. Because you know that's how some people think. But is the damage done? They're due back in court May 8th, and the charges could very well be dropped. Speaking of Disney, Samuel L. Jackson's Disney Plus show, Secret Invasion, is going to start streaming on June 21st. Gayle King. She is joining CNN. The 68-year-old media personality, Oprah's bestie, is this close to signing a deal for a weekly primetime show with Charles Barkley. It won't start until the fall, and she's not going to completely leave CBS Mornings, but they're going to beef up the CBS Mornings so when she's not there, the show can go on with all of the anchors. But it's this close to a deal. Saxophonist Kenny G making headlines. He's been ordered to pay his ex-wife's attorney's fees, $300,000. Kenny G, who is 65, divorced his wife. She's 57. They divorced back in 2013 after 21 years of marriage, and they have adult kids. So far, he has given her $4 million in spousal support. Kenny G says he's been hurt financially because of the pandemic, and he can't keep up with a grueling tour schedule to make that money. So can you please lower my payments? He says that his ex-wife won't get a job. And that happens with a lot. She ain't never gonna get a job, but she ain't never gonna get married again because she wants that money to come in. But Kenny G is saying he was worth $50 million back in 2013, but his money is flying out the window. And he says he cannot afford these payments. The judge is not on his side, making him pay her lawyer's fees $200,000. Tiffany Haddish has a new man, proving there's life after Common. She's currently dating a former attorney who's into crypto investing, and he does it on Instagram. Tiffany, be careful with your heart and your money. I don't know. I don't trust that crypto stuff. You know, some people already lost a lot of money. I don't trust it. I'm like, Tiffany, we are glad that you are finding some love, but please be careful with your heart and your pocketbook. Suge Knight wants to tell all. The founder of Death Row Records. Was he involved in the killing of Biggie and Tupac? He's in jail. He's going to be there for a long time. He wants to tell his story like the Black Mafia family. And he says he's going to approve all scripts and do all the work from behind bars. Will it happen? He does have an interesting story to tell. When you think of those days with NWA and Dr. Dre and Snoop and Death Row Records, Michelet. Going to see if it happens. Michael Strahan from Good Morning America. You know, years ago, he used to date Eddie Murphy's ex, Nicole. And they made such a cute couple, but she was cheating on him. He put a tracker on her car, and that's how he found out. Well, they broke up. And he's been quiet about who he's been dating, but he's been dating. And the woman that he is dating now, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So y'all know what I mean when I say beauty's in the eye. What you may think is attractive, I may not. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. He's 51. The woman he's dating is in her 30s. She has a beauty-based wellness program. And they don't seem happy together. It's like a weirdness. He probably will never get married again. But when people found out who she was, and they found out when he got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, when they kissed in front of the star. When she was 18, she got arrested for stealing her grandmother's jewelry. Then in 2016, she was arrested for disorderly conduct. The pictures that were printed today, she don't look happy in none of them. She be looking at him like she's really ticked off. And he just seems to be just going along. But she doesn't appear happy. And she's in there with his kids and family. But will he marry her? That'll be the big question. Eddie Murphy, who's got a ton of projects out. You know, he's doing Beverly Hills Cop 4. He's going to be playing George Clinton in a biopic. And he's starting to talk about it. Yeah. Eddie Murphy as George Clinton. I think we forget like how great an actor Eddie Murphy is, but he said he is definitely doing the story of George Clinton. Funkadelic, very interesting. Fuzzy Haskins passed away a few days ago, and he left the group before the fame started. Like in 1974, they had to hit Up for the Downstroke. He left before the fame hit over money. Now, what I've heard, and I know people that know George Clinton, he don't like to pay people, and sometimes he won't pay them on time. And he doesn't like to wear deodorant. I just hope they cover these things. I know somebody who's very close to George. And he would tell me all the time, he don't wear deodorant. And, you know, it's hard to be around people. I know some people say, well, I don't wear deodorant. Some people need deodorant. They need Lumi. They need it all. Because it's hard to be around people and smelling funk. It is hard. That's all I'm saying. It's hard. So, Eddie Murphy is playing George Clinton. He had the hit in the 80s, Atomic Dog, and he has led the group, but a lot of people have left the group. So I hope they cover that era. He was much like James Brown in that he was a stickler for the money and the band and everything. So I hope they cover this in the movie. Mary J. Blige, her new children's book, Mary Ken, it is out. If you love children's book, Mary J. Blige has got so much. The Lifetime movies this summer, the new book, Mary Ken. We just love, love, love her. Yesterday, very unfortunate incident that took place in Nashville. School shootings are becoming way too common. And you would hate to think that we as a society could become numb. When I hear about drag queens, ban them. Books, ban them. But nobody who's saying all this ban stuff is going to ban assault weapons. And I know there's a segment of society, they think it's okay. But guns in the hands of the wrong people, it's going to be the destruction of this country. Teachers, kids, they can get in schools. This person shot through the doors of a school. And we hear about it more and more. And the families that are suffering. When will this stop? Why can't they ban assault weapons? Because they don't want to? I know some people say, oh, you just went and got real serious. Because what happened in Nashville was very tragic. And you'd hate to wake up tomorrow and think that it could happen again. That you got people who think they can just go in schools and just shoot up people like it's a normal thing. Here where I live in Philadelphia, major gun violence is just, a kid was killed this morning going to school. It's bad and it's sad that our children have to grow up with this violence level that is so heavy, and becoming all too normal. It's not cute not knowing. Thanks so much for joining me. You know it's like a good bowl of gumbo up in here. It could be funny and silly, and then I get serious because life, it's out there. And a lot of people getting hurt. Have a good one. Thanks so much for joining me. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Then you never have to miss anything. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. As always, I appreciate you guys, and we'll talk tomorrow. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.